Okay, I should be. I think I am live. I'm not sure. Just checking. Good morning if I am. Good morning, everybody. It is, I can't believe it's Tuesday. Technically, I think you can probably consider this a Monday because we had a 3-day weekend. Some of us did at least. So, and I believe, live. I think so. Yes, I am. Okay, so here's the funny part. Is I'm now going live on 4 channels, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and I figured out how to go live on Twitter. So what I usually do is post things to Twitter and tweet them out, say, hey, join me live. But now you can literally join me live on Twitter. So connect with me on my Twitter feed as well. Nihad El Sharif. Yes, we are live this morning. It is Technical Tuesday. I believe it's Tuesday because yesterday was Monday. Yesterday was Memorial Day, so hopefully everybody had a great Memorial Day. Thanks go out to all those who served our country and continue to serve our country. Thanks for everything that you do. So today is the first day. We're coming off of Electrical Safety Month, which was May, and all of our topics during that month focused on electrical safety. We talked GFCI, GFPE, we talked ASCIs, we talked shock protection, we had PP, personal protective equipment. We had a lot of really good topics. Now this month, self-declared, this is going to be focused on energy. This is an energy month. So June is going to have an energy focus on my channel, on all my channels, because now we are, like I said, Nihad, I am live streaming to Twitter. I'm live streaming to YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So 4 platforms. We are just bringing more and more opportunities to corrupt everybody. So our focus today at 5:00 p.m. is going to be sort of an introduction to Energy Month. We're going to talk about. We're going to take a 30,000-foot view. Myself and David Smith. I believe he'll be joining us today. We're going to take a look at some of the key topics around energy, power management. So my thought process this month is I want to talk about why from an energy management perspective, why would I employ any type of technologies to manage energy? What are my trade-offs? What are my benefits? What should I be thinking about to create a successful program? Who do I need to get engaged? How do I calculate my return on investment? Because equipment like what you see behind me, I've got monitors back there. We can communicate with breakers and relays. We can communicate with just individual meters. A good example of that meter type of a discussion is this one right here. Okay, so that is a separate meter that we'll put on electrical distribution equipment at any level. And what we're going to be talking about this month, and we're going to be beginning that journey of energy management, power management, and power quality. So when I think about energy, I think about energy usage. I think about kilowatt hours, kilowatt demand, but also we're going to talk about power quality, power factor correction. We'll talk about harmonics and things of that nature. So this month is going to be an energy focus. I'm going to have a few special guests. I'm still reaching out to others, but we have this Thursday. I have my good friend. I can't think without my Keith Laughlin pen. So I've got Mike Stone from California. Michael is our NEMA field rep. So on Thursday, we're going to be talking about energy codes, not just the National Electrical Code. We'll touch the National Electrical Code. There are various areas in the NEC that if you are into energy management, power monitoring, power quality monitoring, things like that, you're going to want to familiarize yourself with. We'll hit that this Thursday as well. But Michael is he's on various committees in California. He's on Cal Green. And obviously, Cal Green is going to be talking about energy management. We'll hit ASHRAE and a few other things as well. So you'll want to tune in on Thursday as well. So this month, and we have next week, I don't know if it's Tuesday or Thursday of next week. I got to take a look at my calendar again, but I got Mr. Tim Croushore. I got to send him a note, make sure we're still good to go. We're going to be talking about connectivity. We're going to be talking about interconnecting when you have local generation, which could be wind, solar, whatever, interconnecting that with the utility, running in parallel possibly, or putting energy back into the grid. And Tim Croushore has a utility background. So what he's going to bring to the table are all of the concerns and all of the flags that the utility industry think about with regard to local generation and interconnecting local generation. Like I say, that could be wind, it could be solar, photovoltaics, etc., and also running in parallel with the utility. So we're going to hit that next week as well. So this month is going to be an energy focus again. Hopefully, we'll talk about those little black boxes that people will purchase. And some people sell, telling them we will reduce your energy bills. We will reduce your load. If you just install this black box on your house, we'll help you save money. And they'll actually do a demonstration to show you that they say it works. But we're gonna dispel that myth. We're gonna help you understand what is going on in those little black boxes this month. So you're going to want to subscribe to the channel. If you remember, we're coming off of a safety discussion and we're moving into an energy management, power quality type of the series of events. Good morning, Tamaki. Thank you for joining us. Yes, Tamaki, and I agree. There's a lot of key things that we have to think about when we think about power factor correction and harmonics. So those go hand in hand, in my opinion. You start putting capacitor banks inside of a power distribution system. You've got to think about series resonance and harmonic issues that you may be introducing to the power system, and then understand what do we do about that. So I want to focus now. And it's not going to be so much. I would say we'll have the safety spin, right? We'll have that safety discussion, because where safety comes into play with regard to energy management, in my opinion, my humble opinion, if you're going to start retrofitting equipment and meters into existing equipment, you've got to think about what can you do, what can't you do. If you are going to do your load calculations based upon energy management equipment, what are the gotchas that could you end up with a power distribution system that is too small, that won't power up, and if there's life safety stuff there. So there will be a safety aspect to this. The other thing I'd love to talk about is CTs, current transformers, and CT burden calculations. Tamaki and Nihan, have you guys ever done a burden calculation on a current transformer? That's another. I did back in the day. I did a few burden calculations, and I'll never forget the first one that I did. The PE I was working under, he said, "Hey, I need you to do a burden calculation for a project," and I was like, "Sure," and right away I went to my color books. I'm like, "What the heck is a burden calculation?" And why would I care? So we're gonna at some point this month we're going to hit a burden calculation. So I'm gonna jot these things down because I just thought about that one, burden calculation. And these are details that you're not going to find. Tuning in from Houston. All right, Jeremy. We're going to blow this channel up, buddy. We're going to explode. We're going to get a ton of subscribers out of this. We are going to touch a lot of different individuals because now we're into a different environment. Now we're not talking shock protection, arc flash protection. We're talking energy management, and power quality. So this month, I'm looking forward because now my background, just to give you a little background on me, when I first came into Eaton back in '96, January of '96, whatever the first day was, whatever the first day that wasn't a holiday in January of 1996, that's my first day at work at Eaton. And I started on what they called the Advanced Product Support Center. And I supported the advanced products, which would have been any of our relays, any of our programmable logic controllers, and energy monitors, and then our software that communicated with all this stuff that you see on the back behind me. So what I cut my teeth on in the beginning, my beginning of my career with Eaton was right at this topic, energy management. Okay, we had power for productivity back then. If you can't you can't manage it unless you monitor it. If you don't monitor it, you can't manage it. That was our motto back then, or something like that. And I was working with bringing all of that data back to computers. And then we would share that information with building management systems. So I did my foundation was around protocols, Modbus RTU, Modbus TCP, Conatel 2020, Incom. I did a lot of connecting with our meters in a lot of different situations. We had our own software, we had drivers, we had multiplexers, we had these little small, we call them nibs, these little small computers that would mount on the wall near equipment, sometimes on top of transformers, in and around equipment, that would communicate with products, whether it be an Incom network over a blue hose, which was a frequency shift key communication. So this is another thing we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about this connectivity aspect. The physical layer. Is it frequency shift key? Is it RS-485? Is it TCP? Is it fiber? Is it a twisted pair, twisted shielded pair? We're going to get into the physical layer of communications, connecting things together. What happens if I have a Modbus RTU that does RS-45 communications, and then I have another piece of equipment that is it's got an RJ-45 on it, and now I've got to bring TCP, Modbus TCP. How do I take a Modbus RTU and a Modbus TCP device, bring them both together, and bring them into a piece of software? So we'll talk about that physical layer. We'll talk about the data and the communications on connecting things together, the physical layer. Then we'll talk about protocols. And remember, protocols are like if Tamaki and I were in a room together, and if Tamaki didn't speak English and I didn't speak Japanese, that's our protocol. We would not be able to communicate. What do we need? We need a translator. We would need someone who could speak both languages, that could listen to me talk and then tell Tamaki what I was saying, and then vice versa. Right? That is, and we can relate this whole discussion around our power management systems and how we bring devices in. If I had, for example, a competitive meter that didn't speak a language that I'm speaking, say they spoke, I don't know, Conatel 2020, and my meter speaks Modbus RTU. Well, how do I take a building management system that could be a Wonderware or Iconics or one of these third-party HMI software applications and bring all of that information back in there? DDE, Dynamic Data Exchange, OBC, all of these different types of communication protocols, and then interfaces, right? So you have the physical layer, you have the protocols that are layered on top of that, and then we bring a software into the picture. And sometimes you might need a driver. For example, let's just common everyday printers. you plug a printer into your computer. Does it automatically talk? If it has the right driver. What's the driver's job when you plug in a printer to your computer? The driver's job is to take whatever the computer tells it. If it says, hey, I need you to print this, it takes that file and then it puts it in the terms that the printer understands and gives that file to the printer and says, print it. That driver, we're going to talk about those layers on drivers that you might need, when you might need them. What are the best practices, best practices when it comes to a system that is diverse? You might have, obviously nobody would buy any other meter or relay or circuit breaker that's not an Eaton breaker, right? They would only buy Eaton breakers, but every now and then you get someone who makes one of those, screwball decisions and goes with a different manufacturer. How do I bring all that together? Connectivity. How do I get different protocols? Different, one relay may have a register of information that doesn't match a different manufacturer's relay or within the same manufacturer. We're going to hit all of that this month. This is going to be an exciting month. It's right in my wheelhouse. The more I dig into this, I was digging into this, getting my mind into the game this weekend. And it's like riding a bike. It all comes back. So we're going to talk about all of that. We're going to talk about the hardware, the stuff that you see in this equipment that's behind me, those touch screens, the circuit breakers and fusible switches. How do I bring all of that information back? And then, even more important, where do I invest my money? Where do I invest in technology? Do I invest it on everything? Do I want a meter on my lamp in my basement? No. Right? Where do I invest in the right infrastructure to achieve my goals? We're going to be talking about that as well. And I want to broach that topic today at 5:00 p.m. I want to just get into the discussion of the 30,000 foot view is what we're going to do today at 5:00 p.m. We're going to be talking about energy usage. What's the profiles? Where is most of energy used? Why would I employ a energy management system in my facility? What are some of the key aspects of the return on investment calculations? How would I divvy up my my power distribution system so that my data makes sense, so that I can set goals and objectives for my employees, whether it be a manufacturing process, power plant, a commercial building. How can an energy management system, a power monitoring system, bring value to the structure? Possibly lowering my energy bills, establishing habits with my employees, with my occupants within that facility, raising awareness on energy profiles, energy usage, all that jazz. So we're going to have a great discussion today, and it's going to kick off Energy Month. June is, at least on my channel, on all 5 or 4, YouTube, LinkedIn Live, Facebook Live, and now Twitter Live. So Jeremy, Tamaki, Nihad, if you're not connected with me on Twitter, get out there. If you're not connected on LinkedIn, get over there as well. Just connect with me. I'll be sharing. And I learned about another thing too. I don't know, Nihad, you probably knew this. Stories. I'm starting to do stories now on LinkedIn. If you open your LinkedIn app, and I didn't have this until I updated my LinkedIn app on my phone, but there's a bar across the top, and the first one says your story. You can record short little clips. I think they're going to be 30 seconds. So I'm going to start playing with stories. And when I start to play with something, it can get dangerous. Okay, so you never know what the heck I'm going to say and how it might come out. Sometimes this is not connected to this. And then this realizes it. So, but hey, you know what? That's what's going live is all about. And there's no editing of these stories. You record, I believe. I don't know. I don't know anything about stories. All I know is I press this button and I hold it down, and you make a story and it posts on your LinkedIn site. So you're going to want to connect with me on LinkedIn because I'm going to start playing with the stories on LinkedIn. So I'm looking forward to getting some more followers on LinkedIn as well. What else? So remember, connect with me on Twitter. I'll be tweeting some things. And as I start to travel, so I booked my first travel plans for an International Association of Electrical Inspectors board meeting down in Texas. So I'll be flying Pittsburgh to Texas, my first flight in over a year. I stayed in my first hotel last weekend down in Charlotte when my wife and I went down for a little holiday to visit some friends. We had a great weekend then. So that was my first hotel stay in over a year. My first flight, hotel, and car booking is Dallas, Texas. That's going to be a fun meeting. It will be a challenging meeting. It's my first. I'm now on the board of directors for the International Association of Electrical Inspectors. And we're going to be talking about the organization. We're going to talk about the success of the organization, the growth of the organization. I'm excited about that because I believe in the IAEI. It's helped my career. It's helped me technically. It's helped me personal development, relationships in the industry. It's one of those organizations that I can honestly say my engagement with that organization has paid off, and can't speak any more highly of it. So I want to. Nihad, Dallas was the first U.S. city you ever visited. Awesome. Yeah, Dallas is a nice area. I'm looking forward to I'll be flying into DFW, and we'll see how that goes. Oh, Electrical Safety Workshop 2013. That's right. I remember that one. That was a fun one too. Okay, everybody, join. It's 8:08. Join me at 5:00 p.m. Eastern. Okay, for energy management, the kickoff for Energy Month. It's a self-declared energy month. Maybe it becomes a national energy month. I don't know. I mean, we had Electrical Safety Month is May. You know what? Let's do this. Let's just do a quick Google. Month of June celebrations. I don't know. Month of June. June monthly observations. Okay, so I'm just going to do monthly observations for June. Okay, they have a national give a bunch of balloons month, National DJ month, African American Music Appreciation month. Wow, that's a fun one. National Zoo and Aquarium month, LGBTQIA Pride month, Men's Health month. Wow, look at this. There's a whole list. Turkey Lovers month. Turkey love. Look at if you go to nationaldaycalendar.com and there's June National Month. So National Camping Month, National Candy Month. Candy and camping, they shouldn't go together. National Caribbean American Month, National Country Cooking Month, National Dairy Month. What else? This is a great outdoors month. Oh, National Headache and Migraine Awareness Month. I got to figure out how do I get National Energy Month. Wait, this is National Safety Months in there too. That doesn't make sense. But I guess it is. June is National Safety Month. Each week throughout National Safety Month in June is an opportunity to make a difference in your home, work, and community. Identifying risks around the home or improving safety standards. Okay, here's what we'll do. In honor of National Safety Month, we will one day this month, we're going to relate energy monitoring, power monitoring, communications, remote communications from a residential perspective to safety. And I tell you right now, I know exactly how that's going to play out, because I leverage my system in that way at my house. So it says how to observe National Safety Month. They tell you to hold drills at home to help your children know what to do in the event of a fire, tornado, medical. Volunteer to participate in the community energy emergency preparedness events. All right, take a CPR class. We're going to honor Safety Month, National Safety Month, not Electrical Safety Month. That was last month. This will be National Safety Month. It is also National Papaya Month. There's National Iced Tea Month. Okay, we can honor National Iced Tea Month. I'll go get some different teas. Maybe I'll call Puppy Paws. There's a company. I'm not sure if Puppy Paws. Oh, my puppies are barking. Yep. No, that's Queens. Oh man, they're out of Puppy Paws in New Orleans. Puppy Paws Coffee. It's coffee company. There it is. Puppy Paws Coffee Company. Yeah, there we go. So let me see if they do shop all products. I'm going to see if they make tea. There's Barking Dog Coffee. They do. They have catnip tea bags. So we'll get some, I'll tell Bobby Joe, they've got different flavors of tea bags, and we will, I'm going to get that on order today, and we'll talk about tea for National Iced Tea Month. National Pollinators Month. What is a pollinator? Is that a bee? It is. It's a bumblebee. National Pollinators Month. In June, encourages the planting of pollinator gardens of native, non-invasive pollen and nectar-producing plants. Oh, man. We're going to plant a flower, too. So we'll be talking about each of these, but I've got to figure out, and if anybody out there knows, how do I get National Energy Month in June? Because here, June, heavy energy usage. Why? Air conditioning units turn on all over the place. Okay, so we use a lot more energy during these hot months. I could probably say August, but we're gonna use June as our national energy. So we got to figure out how to make June a National Energy Month. That's your homework. Bring it to 5:00 p.m. today and let me know, how do we make June a national energy focus? All right, I gotta go. It's 8:13. Been on too long. Thank you for tuning in today. Thanks for tuning in for this little introduction. And join me today, 5:00 p.m. Eastern, on my YouTube channel, right here on LinkedIn, over there on Facebook. And now, for the first time, actually, I did a test run last week. For the second time, actually, for the first Tech Tuesday ever in history of man and woman, we're live on Twitter. Okay, so catch me on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Crazy guy. See you at 5:00 p.m. today. Take care, Nihad, Jeremy, and everybody else out there as well. And I know I saw Tamaki out there as well. So thank you. Take care. Stay safe. Please stay healthy. Signing off until 5:00 p.m. today, Eastern. Gotta find the button. All right. Take care, Tamaki.